Well, welcome back to Power Hour. I am Veronica Dellatino.
And I'm Renee Rand. Thanks for joining us for another fascinating conversation focused on health, wellness, and living your best life.
You know what? Today we're joined by a very special guest. He's always a special guest. He's a clinical nutritionist, a researcher, a best-selling author, and one of the most respected voices in wellness and nutritional science.
He served on multiple national boards, including the Presidential Task Force on Obesity, and currently serves on the Health and Product Advisory Board for Zenzino. And today's topic, wow, if you smoke, you need to know this.
Oh my gosh, I don't smoke. But what we love most about Robert is his ability to take complex science and make it understandable, practical, and useful in everyday life.
Absolutely. Hold on there. And you said there's a nutritional factor that people should understand. Not a conversation about quitting smoking today, but something different. So tell us about that.
You know what, Robert? Let's jump right into something that catches people's attention. We all know smoking is associated with serious health risks, yet we've all heard stories about people who smoked every day and still lived into their 90s or even past 100. So without further ado, let's bring on our special guest, Mr. Robert Ferguson.
Woo!
All right, I'm sitting here watching the dynamics of this.
We're getting Renee used to this.
Yes, have to get me on board all the way. There we go.
All right.
Technology is my friend.
Now today, so I'm in my little studio here. I'm having a moment where, is it possible just I can see you guys better where we can evenly have the our pictures? Can we go like even, Steven? There we go. So now I can see you. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. It's good to be here, you guys. Great to be here. God bless. Let's rock and roll. And yeah, it's an interesting conversation. So I think one of the best things to do is why don't we let biologists and superstar Dr. Rhonda Patrick kind of like set the stage, and then we can have a conversation about this whole study that she brings up as far as comparing people who smoke cigarettes daily but have what they call a high omega-3 index compared to people who don't smoke, which is most people, and have a low omega-3 index because they end up having the same life expectancy.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, this little dog smoking.
Now, where is the dog at? Is the dog at your house or Renee's house?
It's at my house. I just got home from Arizona 5 minutes ago, so they're like crazy wanting to sit on my lap. So I'm going to grab them real quick.
Okay.
All
So
right.
let's go ahead and play the video of Dr. Rhonda Patrick.
Awesome.
What's amazing with the omega-3 index is that people that have the 8% omega-3 index have a 5-year increased life expectancy compared to people that have 4%.
5
year.
Think about 5 years of being around your loved ones, doing amazing things, enjoying life. 5 years.
5 years. And there's studies showing that they're like, you're much less likely to get Alzheimer's disease if you have a high omega-3 index. So the quality of life is better as well. And I was telling you this yesterday, and I like talking about it because it blows my mind every time.
Yeah.
The smoke, so they took this cohort of people, and they were smokers in there. There were smokers, and there's non-smokers. And they looked at their omega-3 index, and they found that the smokers that had a high omega-3 index of 8%, so these are smokers that are like, I need the fish oil, I got to do, I'm smoking, you know. They had the same life expectancy as the non-smokers with the low omega-3 index.
That is insane. You could be somebody who's running every day but not getting enough fish oil, and then somebody who's, smoking a pack of Marlboros and taking fish oil, and you're going to live the same amount, roughly.
There you go.
That's amazing.
It really is.
So there's a lot there. And this morning I was having a conversation with my mom, and it reminded me that, you've probably heard people when someone makes a point, they go, look, let's put a pin in that. And when I hear that, I know that that means that we're going to come back to it, but let's pause and let's just really have a moment to just sit in it so you can fully understand what is being shared and what you can get. So I'm going to go back to what she said. At one point, she said omega-3 index.
Right.
So omega-3 index referencing a number, and omega-3, which is a fatty acid that's essential, meaning you must consume it through food or supplementation. And inside of your cells and your tissue, they are able to measure how much of the phospholipids or fats that's around the cell membrane is made up of omega-3. And ideally, you want it to be 8 to 12%, which would be optimal. Most people in the United States are under 4%, which is not optimal. That means insufficient levels. And insufficient levels means reduced life expectancy, increased risk of dementia, Alzheimer's, and a whole host of other negatives. So everyone who's watching, there's a way to test to see what your omega-3 index, what your number is. And that's very important to like understand that part. Like, any comments on that, you guys, as far as, because I know you guys get it, but we got to get people who are watching us for the first time. Even your friend who's the nurses that we have that come on here, they are not knowledgeable of
Exactly.
the index.
And, we've had some people that were at one of your programs, Robert, and we got them to start on the omegas on balance oil. And they said the one thing was they would start, but they weren't going to stop smoking. Well, that was about 4 months ago. And actually, that person that said that has been on the balance oil since then and is now working on quitting smoking, which I was blown away because, he was adamant that he was never going to stop smoking. So, I was excited to see that, really and truly.
Okay. Now, but are we clear? And again, like, I'm going really slow. Like, I'm going extremely slow, because if people don't understand what an omega-3 index is, none of this means anything. Like, if you don't get that, you can hear Dr. Rhonda give that talk again, and it goes right over their head.
Here, so when people hear about someone smoking a pack a day and living to 100, what are they missing?
Okay, so you notice how everybody wants to just go down the road. Okay, and it's interesting, and I don't mind. We can go right down the road, go right into questions. We can talk about whatever you got. But I'm telling you, I watch people not understand what omega-3 index is, and they get caught up in they got 1,000 other questions and never know what the omega-3 and that is the gold part.
Okay, well, let's hop into that first, Robert.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying.
Index.
Okay. Let's ask everybody. Does everybody understand that everyone has an omega-3 index?
Yes.
And that it should be at a certain range for you to benefit, especially if you're smoking. So I'm going with what you guys say. If everybody gets that, then let's bring up the first question. Let's go.
that was the question. When people hear about someone smoking a pack a day and living to 100, what are they missing?
When people hear about someone smoking a pack a day and they live to be 100, what are they missing?
Yeah. that came from our YouTube line there. Okay,
well, that sounds like they're not missing anything.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not missing anything at all because they're doing fabulous. They're omega-3 index is great.
You're able to smoke a pack a day and live to be 100. You got something, whatever you're doing. But that tells me, like, if you go to Okinawa, which in the article I wrote, I talk about my experience when I was a kid, going to Okinawa and seeing all these people in their 90s and 100s, like working in the fields, walking around, standing around, and all of them smoke cigarettes. And fast forward, today I know what was helping them. They all had a very high omega-3 index. So people in Okinawa are known to have high levels of omega-3s in their cells and their tissues. So they have high omega-3 index. And if you smoke, then at least you got that. And we're seeing that people live longer, even though they smoke and have other unhealthy habits, as long as their omega-3 index is high.
Another question just popped up on the screen. Can someone feel their omega-3 index is low, or is testing the only way to know?
Great question. And the only way to know is to test.
Yes.
You
And how do we
cannot
test?
feel it. Huh?
And how do we test?
Well, I mean, we got the test. So they can go to you to get the test, go to me to get the test. And the cool part is that it's a simple at-home test.
Yeah.
And I was sharing with someone earlier today. I go, it's like the cost of it is like going out to eat for dinner. Right? Like, I mean, if you go have a decent meal, maybe for 2 people, that's how much the test costs. And then you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went out to dinner last night, and it was a $300 bill. You know, I'm like,
Wow.
that was more than this test.
Way more than the
Right.
test.
Way
A lot
more. You
more.
get 2 sets of tests for that. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
And change.
Now, was that just for you, or who all ate that meal?
There was 5 of five of us and the baby, 2-year-old. But I'll tell you what, yeah, I came to $376 with a tip.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yep.
Crazy. So did you buy that meal for everybody or what?
I did. I did. It was my daughter-in-law's birthday. So yeah, I got stuck with the bill because that was my husband and I's gift to her. So that she chose that restaurant, and it was all good. BYOB.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like that.
So
all right.
any other questions that are coming in, or
Let's see. Yes, so we do have another one. Hold on. Let's see. I'm waiting for it to pop up.
okay.
Here we go.
And you know, like as that question is coming in, I would tell people like you wouldn't guess if you have high blood pressure.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
You would actually test. You wouldn't guess if you're a type 2 diabetic. You would go and get a test.
Exactly.
Yes. So there's no difference.
Renee, you want to read that?
Yeah. So our question is, you can't manage what you don't measure.
Amen.
So should the omega-3 index become as routine as maybe our cholesterol testing?
It would be nice, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Because not everybody knows about the omega-3.
Well, think about it. So let's go down the road of if a doctor tests your omega-3 index, like they look in the cell membrane. Let's say your number comes in, and we know right now that 99% of every person in the United States and Canada are not in a good level. So now what are they going to do? Like, so let's say your number is not good. It's really low. They're going to call you and do what? Tell you to eat more fish?
Or take more omegas.
Elm soil.
Right, but they don't have a way to make money.
Right,
like
right.
There's
Right.
like that's why like when vitamin D became real popular and they were testing left and right, like it was like all over the place. They had, you watch Good Morning America, yeah, you want to check your vitamin D levels, and if you notice, that completely changed. It all disappeared. Why did that disappear? Why was it hot for like a year or two, and now you never hear about it? And then when you go to Kaiser or different places to see your doctors and get your annuals, they don't even like bring it up. Like it's like you have to have a symptom of something before they can actually do the tests.
Right.
Because there's no money in it for them.
Yeah.
Right? You can go buy your own over-the-counter vitamin D. They don't make money. So if your omega-3 index is low, they could prescribe a omega-3 and as an ethyl ester, but that's the prescription form, but they don't work the same as a triglyceride form that we can get with Balance Well.
Right.
There you go.
Right? Because if they prescribe it and you use it, then they test you again 3 or 4 months later and nothing's changed, then what? So it's a money
True.
thing. It's all about money.
True.
Exactly.
So what's the biggest mistake people make when trying to increase their omega-3 levels?
They buy the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was sharing a video, and maybe I could show some of this video to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see. Let me
Entertain you. Let me make you smile. I think you would go with a different song.
But what happens is there was a study that just came out actually a couple years ago where they took a bunch of omega-3s that you can get over the counter.
Mm-hmm.
So they go into these stores and they get the fish oil,
Mm-hmm.
and then they take them to an independent lab. And they found out that most of them were rancid, like 45%.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so go ahead and play. I just put up a video. Let's watch a little bit of it.
2023, researchers sent 72 of America's most popular fish oil supplements to an independent lab. 45% came back rancid. Fish oil starts oxidizing the moment it meets oxygen, and not one label in this aisle prints a freshness score. So rancid bottles keep selling, and rancid oil can feed the exact inflammation you bought it to fight. Nature makes.
I mean, think about what he just
Wow.
said. So nearly 5 out of 10 are rancid.
Mm.
And when it's rancid and you're thinking you want to help improve your inflammation, it's going to make your inflammation worse
Mm-hmm.
because that's oxidative.
Right.
Right.
So you're causing harm because there's no tests,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so people, and then instead of focusing on my thing is, instead of focusing on testing what's in the bottle, I'm going to keep my focus on testing what's in my body.
Okay.
And that's what makes balance oil and the balance test extremely unique, is that I can take a test
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to guess. I don't got to hope Whole Foods has a supplement that's not rancid.
Mm-hmm.
We're so far ahead of the game. I mean, you have, like, right now, if everybody over the age of 60, if you look at the data, 1 in 5 people over the age of 60 are
Mm-hmm.
taking a fish oil supplement every day.
Mm.
And remember, if 10 of them are taking it, we know that 5 out of the 10 are taking something that's rancid.
Rancid.
Wow.
And then if you look at the other 5, we know it's not working because we've seen it being tested with
Right.
our tests, and people aren't they're not in the green.
Mm.
So people are wasting their money and they don't even know it.
Question is this why they use dark bottles for omega-3? I guess that's so it doesn't go rancid.
Well, they use that because light can cause it to oxidize,
Right.
right? Same as oxygen that hits it. But it's probably oxidized anyway, because how did they extract it from the fish? How did they get it in the bottle? How much light exposure did it get have that it experienced? How long was it on that truck as it was traveling to get to that store? And then how long did it stay on the shelf in that store?
Right.
So if you look at all of that, the only way to know is to take our tests.
I agree.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing. People, take the test.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're guessing. And I was talking to someone, or my mom this morning, about someone who just passed, and I said, I bet they had dementia. And my mom was like, well, we don't know yet. I go, I'm willing to bet you dinner that he had dementia. And that was the beginning of how this man passed, that she knows really well.
Right.
And we're going to find out. And I said, he doesn't know the importance of omega-3s in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever told him about this. And that's why we're seeing more and more people fall prey to dementia, because as you get older, you don't have as much reserves of omega-3 in your brain, and it gets used up and you're not replacing it.
Right.
And if you're taking an omega-3, it's probably rancid. And then we know if he had done a test, you reduce the risk of Alzheimer's significantly by making sure you have enough in the brain. But if you're not testing, you don't know.
You don't know.
Anyway,
That's what I love about educating individuals, because you know what, and then when they really get it, you know, the light bulb goes off, you know, it blows their mind. You know, we have another question, Renee.
How long does it typically take to improve an omega-3 index when someone starts changes?
change.
Well,
Us making changes.
that would be the life of the blood cell. 120
Amen.
days, right?
Yep, 120 days. And that's the good news. Like, you could have
That's
a
the great
horrible
news.
number. You could be like horrible. And
Yeah.
in 4 months, when you retest, you'll be like, wow. And that's the power, right? So it's kind of like we were talking the other day, Veronica, how people get on it. They go, well, I didn't really feel anything.
Yep.
It ain't about what you feel.
Yep. I know.
And when you, okay, actually, I'm gonna bring up. Can we talk about dementia for a second?
Yes.
Yes,
Go ahead.
please.
Okay, so I have a video. Go ahead and hit the first video, or the video of the guy. We're gonna go over 4 questions about
Okay.
dementia.
If your parents have dementia,
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there. So this gentleman is talking to a husband and wife. They're neuroscientists. They have written quite a few books. They're professors, I believe, at Stanford. And they study Alzheimer's, dementia all day, every day. And he's going to ask them an opening 4 questions. The first question he's going to ask her is, if your mom and dad both have dementia, basically, can you assume you're going to get it? Now, a lot of people think that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you right now that 3% of dementia, all forms of dementia to include Alzheimer's, 3% is genetic. So if your mom, dad, grandma, if they all had dementia, that does not mean you're going to get dementia.
Okay.
So that's good news for somebody listening.
That's really good news. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first question, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
if both your parents have dementia, are you doomed to get it as well?
No.
That was a pretty quick answer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Any questions about that? I mean,
So is this genetic?
uh-huh.
Well, that's what they're saying. It's not
Yeah.
genetic. Just a small percentage would be
Gotcha,
genetic.
gotcha.
Yeah, less than 3% is genetic. That
Yeah.
means, but a lot of people, I've heard people say this. Oh, yeah, you know, my grandma had it. There's a good chance I'm going to get it. Oh, my mom and dad both had it. No.
Don't put that
She
out
did-
there.
And
Yeah.
she just answered it.
That was really quick. So my interpretation of that is, you know, you don't have enough omega-3 in your brain. You know, you don't have anything in your brain, and you're going to get dementia. I take my omega-3.
Well, we can rule out genetics, because there's a lot of
Yes,
people
okay.
who think, I'm telling you, I watch people and it's like, is everybody hearing? And then I'll hear the same person say it a year later. Yeah, well, I go, wait a minute. We talked about this a year ago.
Mhm.
I told you
Right.
that just because your mom and dad doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Right.
So that's why I like to put a pin in it. Is everybody good there? So a
Yes.
year will
Yeah.
go by and we don't go, yeah, we talked about that a year ago.
Mhm.
All right. So here we go. Number 2. You ready?
Yep.
Can dementia be reversed?
No.
Oh,
I heard Robert say that. Once
guys,
you get it.
once you get it, you got it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's very
One-
scary.
Yes.
It is. I got to write these questions down.
So everybody who we know that's watching this, if you don't want it, you better, number 1, get tested with a balance test and get on the oil now. Like yesterday. Because the sooner you get on it, the better.
Can it help
Well,
it at all after you have it? I know it can't get rid of it, but can it help it at all? if
I
you
would say
get-
I would say that
think-
I would say yes.
Yeah, you had that woman.
Yeah.
You know, she said Happy New Year.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't reverse it. I think it would slow it down. I've heard this doctor and her husband make comments that there's things you can do to include increasing your omegas, probably practicing like reading cards. You know what I mean? Keep your mind as active as possible. Avoid
Okay.
processed foods. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that you can do to slow it down, but you're not reversing it once you got it. Okay, you ready for number 3?
Yep.
Sure.
Can you dramatically reduce your risk of getting dementia?
Absolutely yes.
I love her answer.
Absolutely yes.
And part of reducing the risk is making sure you have adequate amounts of omega-3 in the form of DHA in your brain. And the only way you're going to know if that's happening is if you test so you know where you are, and then you take steps toward increasing it, because you'll test again, and then you will know that you have adequate amounts of omega-3s. And you ready for the last question?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Dean, are there foods that will reduce your risk of getting dementia?
Yes.
Both.
Wait a minute. What was that question again?
He said, are there foods?
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, let me
Are
see.
there?
Dean, are there foods that will reduce your risk of getting dementia?
Yes.
Hello. Give me some fish.
I love, like, it's a matter of fact answer.
Yeah.
So yes, now what are you going to do about it?
Change
Are
it.
you going to eat salmon and fish, wild caught fish, 3 times a day, or at least twice a day, and once on Sunday, or twice on, what are you going to do?
Yeah. And you know what? Another thing that's interesting is there was a study, I think maybe a week ago, it was on the news, and they were talking about how processed food has been proven to shrink your brain.
Oh,
So my
believe
thing
that.
was, if you're eating a lot of processed food, that means you're probably not getting enough omega-3 in the brain,
right.
right? So, and we know that omega-3s in the form of DHA help to grow the brain. So if you're not getting enough of it, your brain is going to shrink.
Right. That makes sense.
So I have a question for you, and you can remove that video.
Okay.
So let's take your brother Patrick, if you don't mind. And I met
Go
Patrick,
for it.
nice guy.
Go
right?
for it.
If Patrick was here today and he heard us having this conversation, do you think he would see the value in being on the balance oil?
You know what?
I mean, if he was here, not if you send him the video, because people won't rewatch things half the time. But if he was having a conversation with us and we're talking about it, unless he's okay with getting dementia. I'm just curious.
You know what? I can't answer that, Robert, because he what really bothers me is the fact that the cost is very minimal to not have any cardiac issues, not have stroke, not have dementia, Alzheimer's, and they just don't let this thing in. Oh, I don't see it doing anything for me. I think what they're he's trying to feel that something that, oh, well, if my hand is sore and it's not doing anything for me, it's not helping the pain. I just think he just doesn't get it. He's a stunad. I don't know. Because I told him when he first came in and I had that meeting with everybody, I said, please keep an open mind. I said, there's a lot of great information here. And we did. He started out at like a 28-1. He got down to, I think he was a 6.2-1.
Okay, but
like, I don't want to do it.
Okay, but let's go back there, right? So let's go back there with the thought of, okay, in his mind, he's thinking that these other conditions that he has are supposed to improve. So that's an anecdotal way of thinking, because somehow he's inspired he's looking for that to improve. He hasn't, and that's where he sees the value. The value is on a cellular level that you can't see your cells. So if I had done a better job at communicating that, then we wouldn't be thinking, like I'm taking it to see my hair get longer. And if your hair
Yeah.
don't get longer, they're like, yeah, it didn't work for me. So the value is helping them see the importance of on a cellular level with that test.
Yeah.
And
The value for me, and I don't want to talk about me, but was seeing it in from the inside out, from a cellular level or out in my blood work. And that was the biggest value, because I knew I was always really over the past 10 years, it was not good. And to have a doctor call me up and say, Veronica, your blood work is beautiful. It's normal. And that is what amazed me the most. It really did. And I just don't understand. And it's just, I can't comprehend, even with my other brother. And he's, oh my goodness, he's, sick.
Yeah, but they don't, like, for instance, if I was talking to Patrick and I said, okay, Patrick, you have type 2 diabetes. And he would go, yes. I said, before you had type 2 diabetes, you developed something called insulin resistance. He would go, what's that? Or he would go, maybe. And then I would help him understand that. And then I would say, okay, your cells become resistant to insulin. So we want to improve your cells. And he would go, well, how do we do that? Well, one of the things is that we got to get your membrane healthier. Well, how do we? So now I got his mind thinking cell membrane, which, looking at the numbers from his original test to where he was, his membrane did improve.
It did. Yep. It did. And you know what? We're going to have to revisit this again, because you know what? I wish we had this back in the day when my parents were alive. They would have been on this as well.
It's your mom. Your mom had, I mean, I went through that with you when your mom had dementia and all that stuff was going on.
She had a stroke. She never had dementia. She had a stroke. Well, but she had expressive aphasia.
Yeah, expressive aphasia. But I mean, even that, under the circumstances with the family, knowing that it affected her brain, I would think that the interest on protecting his brain would be more important to him just naturally, even if it isn't passed on by the family, whatever it is.
Well, like I have these two sisters that I was working with, and they're both in their 60s. And one of them I was coaching, one of them I wasn't. And it was right when I was introduced to the balance test and the balance oil. And so one of the sisters who I coach, she got on it and she wanted her sister to hear about it. So we got her on the phone. It wasn't a Zoom. We were on the phone, and her sister decided not to do it. Right. And literally right at the 2-year mark, not my client who was on the balance oil, but her sister had a massive stroke. And is not the same to this day. And I'm not saying that the balance oil would have prevented that, but I know for a fact that improving your omega-3 status reduces the risk of a stroke. And the sooner you are in balance, the better.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of people they don't know because it's not being conveyed from their doctors.
Yeah, I think people are so what's the word I want to use? They think that their doctor's word is it, and they don't look for other outlets. It just saddens me. It really does.
I mean, what are you going to do? Like, I was looking at a study and I was talking about it earlier, and this is conclusive, you guys. And conclusive is a big deal. So conclusive meaning is randomized study. There's let me see, I have some notes on it. So what they did is they included 28 randomized controlled trials, and it included 35 independent samples and almost 4,000 participants.
Wow.
And what they wanted to look at was omega-3 supplementation on reduction of aggression. So they looked at kids, boys, girls. They looked at parents. They looked at middle-aged people, grandparent age people. And what they did is they looked at both reactive aggression.
Mm-hmm.
So reactive is impulsive, in response to like being provoked. So you had reactive aggression, and then they looked at proactive aggression, which is planned aggression, right? Some kid is like planned, right? Across the board, all reduced with increased omega-3 levels.
Mm.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you're a psychiatrist, a psychologist, you can't ignore what this study demonstrates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of time. And the goal is to create a baseline where you measure their omega-3s and not just take an omega-3,
Right.
but measure where they are and then increase it. And then you know that the product works. 2, you see improvements with how much is in their body and their cells. And then you have the reduced aggression is going to be that much better.
Mm.
So any parent who has a kid who has ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
any parent who has anxiety themselves, or maybe they deal with depression or suicidal thoughts. And this is what, like we're talking about with law enforcement, you cannot, if you have people who are experiencing post-traumatic stress, people who have suicidal thoughts, people who are living with anxiety, and they're not measuring this, that is an injustice based on the data that is available to us today.
Yep, I agree. I agree 100%. And I hate the fact that people are getting brainwashed by, doctors and the, putting out all these different omega-3s and not, just not listening. I mean, we're out to educate people, and we really want to promote. We back this 100%, 1,000%. Getting that balance test and getting on the balance oil is number one in my book. Really
100%. Let's go.
All right, Lynn has a question.
Yeah, Lynn has a question. It says,
Go ahead.
can our balance oil go rancid? And if so, how would that happen? And if it is protected with the polyphenols?
All right, look
That's
at
from
Lynn.
Lynn.
Look at Lynn's photo, everybody.
I know.
She texted me. She's like, I'm sending you questions. Are you getting them? And yes, Lynn, we're getting them.
Okay, so all right, this is a good question because there's a lot of cool lessons in this.
Yeah.
So balance oil can go rancid. And this is how it can go rancid. You get your bottle and you open up the cap and leave it off.
Mm.
And never put it back on.
Okay.
Because now you're giving full access to oxygen nonstop. Anything will go rancid.
Yeah.
Right.
It's less likely to go rancid because it does have polyphenols with it to protect it. So the best thing to do with any oil, whether it's in a capsule, whether it's an oil, is I put mine in the refrigerator. And if I have more than one bottle, I keep it in the freezer. So right now, as we're talking, I have about 7 or 8 bottles of balanced oil. And 5 of them are in the freezer.
Yeah.
And the other ones are in the refrigerator. One's open that I use every day. And then the other 3 that I have in the refrigerator are set up in case somebody wants one, or if I need an extra one, or I'm going to give one to someone, then it's already thawed out.
Okay.
But if I was going to mail one, even across, like if somebody wanted one and they bought it from me and I was going to mail it to Hawaii, for instance, I would take one of my frozen ones and wrap it up and put it in the mail.
Yeah.
That would be a great way to do it. Absolutely.
Yep. All right. We have another question.
Okay. Can improving your omega-3 index potentially impact heart, brain, and immune health simultaneously?
Yes. I'm acting like those doctors. Yes.
Amen.
There you go. All right. Do we want to elaborate on that?
Like, yes. Well, omega-3s act like prebiotics.
Mhm.
They function that way, same as polyphenols, which means helping with gut health.
Mhm.
Anytime you're bringing down inflammation in the body, which is known to be associated with increased omega-3s and polyphenols, you're contributing toward optimizing health for whatever that area is. The American Heart Association and around the globe, everybody's in agreement with heart health and the relationship to omega-3s. I mean, it's rare that everybody agrees
Mhm.
About
You know
something,
what I mean? Like usually someone's like, oh, not 100%. Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, but when it comes to heart health,
Mhm.
but here's the hypocrisy. Where we know it, but yet we don't test for it with the doctors. Is not part of the indoctrination,
Mhm.
but yet it's pushed everywhere. Now, here's a scary part. Now, have either one of you had experienced any cancer ever?
In my family.
Skin
Yeah.
cancer.
Okay, so you had skin cancer. Okay.
Yes, twice.
But you know people who have had cancer, like
Oh, yes.
aside from skin cancer, like
Mhm.
breast
Yes.
cancer, right?
Mhm.
When you look at American Cancer Centers, if you look at MD Anderson, if you like look around at all the leaders, I think MD Anderson mentions the importance of omega-3s, but there's no protocol or recommendation on testing
Wow.
or how much a person should take.
Mm.
That blows my mind.
They
Really does.
completely overlook it. And then when you look at the Do Health study, where it's a randomized placebo-controlled trial with over 3,000 people. And the goal was to demonstrate what can we do to reduce the risk of cancer. One of three things you do is make sure you have enough omega-3s.
Mm.
So how can any cancer-related facility not be telling people about this?
Mm.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Really
None.
doesn't.
Crazy.
It's mind-blowing to me.
Mhm.
Well, I have to say, when I went to follow up with my primary doctor last week after, my little stint with my infection, my blood work was perfect. And so they were, kind of blown away that everything was so perfect. And then she said, because of all the antibiotics they had given to me, that I need to start taking probiotic. And I said, no, I'm going to take prebiotic, not probiotic. And she goes, well, why? And I explained to her about the microbiome, and she was so blown away that she had no clue. And it was like, how do I have more information about that than my doctor? That makes no sense to me. And she was extremely impressed.
All right. Well, you have a wealth of knowledge regardless, Renee. So
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
that's just 71 years of gathering stuff.
well, there you go.
I'm not sure about this. Is it possible that some long-lived smokers maintain better omega-3 status than we might expect?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that's why when we get a test from certain people, like let's say for instance, what is her name? Come on, Florida. Geez. Well, her dad's 102, 103 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What? And she's on our team, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's, I just know I'm getting hungry. That's what it is.
Kate? I want to
No.
say Kate.
She'll kill me if she was listening to this right now. But anyway, he eats fish all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, so if you go to Hong Kong, where they have certain parts of Hong Kong, they live extremely long. They all
Right.
smoke, right? So if you go to Greenland, where they live very long and they have high omega-3 index, they smoke. So when you start looking at these people that smoke, if you look at their diet, they probably don't eat a lot of junk.
Right.
And most people smoke, so they don't eat. So I was
So
willing to bet that
they're not snacking on all the crappy foods.
exactly.
Exactly. So they're eating better, even though they're smoking, they're eating better and getting more omega-3s.
Yep. And when they do eat, it's not junk because they
not
curb their
yeah.
appetite with the smoking.
Hmm.
And in no way are we encouraging anybody, let me
Right.
say it out loud, to smoke.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. No. I don't know. You would know we don't want you to smoke. We want you to stop. But if someone's going to smoke, what's the one thing they should know about omega-3s?
I would say everything that we've talked about.
Yeah,
meaning
that it makes a
get the
difference.
balance test
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you're taking the right omega-3. Because see, this is where there's like a lost leader, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because people will hear us say omega-3s, and in their mind, if you don't hear the full context, they're thinking, you know what? I'm going to Amazon and getting an omega-3 right now. Oh, I'm going to go to Walmart. They got them for $14. And miss the whole important part of most of them are rancid. At the end of the day, we know that they're helpful, but you need a test so you can find out where you are and make sure you're taking something that's working. And that's where balanced oil comes in.
Right.
That's one of the things that I always did was if I was going to take a supplement, I would always go research the best one, or like a B12 or something that's organic, and try to search out the best one. But now that I have balance oil, I mean.
But you know what? So go back to what you're just saying.
Okay.
But where do you research that?
Well, see, I would go on the internet. This is what I previously did before, and I would look at some of the brands. I would first go check like Amazon and look at what's listed and look into it as what the ingredients are, or how organic or how minimal the ingredients are and whatnot. But that's me.
Okay, but let's say it's you, and let's say that you don't know about balance oil,
mm-hmm.
and you heard that there's an omega-3, and you do all of your research,
right?
But you never know about the test.
I'd still be researching.
Well, but you wouldn't know if what you did pick even worked.
That's right.
Yeah,
you would
exactly,
never know.
Yeah. Well,
you would never know.
I would think that, okay, this is the best omega-3 that I could find, not realizing all the other information that I now know, that they can go rancid, or they can expire, or
So remember that when you're talking to someone who's been taking an omega-3 for 7 years.
Okay. Right.
In their mind, they're like, no, I'm good. I got a good product. I did my research.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you say, well, why don't we do a test? Nah, I don't think I need a test. And people will fight you on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Right. Because they don't want to be proven wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true too. It's not just about doing the test or not doing the test. They feel like what they feel like they're doing is correct. So they don't want to be proven wrong. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I had that experience with Magda, with this guy that we met. And he was like, nah, I don't think I'll just buy it. I'm like, what do you mean? You said that you're Mr. Science guy, that everything, and you run everything by this lady who's a scientist and written all these books. I'm still waiting to see what their response is going to be. So I put together a letter. We sent it. I told him to forward it to this lady who's Harvard trained. She's got a whole book on it. They specialize in autism. And I told Magda, I said, I will be surprised if he comes back, because that woman, she wants to be the one who discovered all this.
Right.
Ego is real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a shame. Let's just help everybody, but let's do it with the right information.
Amen.
That's what blows my mind.
Amen.
So if somebody's going to smoke, what's the one thing they should know about omega-3s?
Everything that we've talked about.
So I'm sorry, I repeated that.
That was the same one.
Hold on. Sorry.
Let's have another one.
Okay.
Well, we got dementia setting in over there.
You say smoking and omega-3 status are more connected than people realize. How so?
You say smoking and omega-3 status are more connected than most people realize. How so? Everything that we've talked about. Maybe this person came in late.
Okay.
Could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that
replay.
Yeah. So we know that if you're if you have a high omega-3 status, they've done many cohorts, many studies, thousands of people.
Right.
And then when you actually, we should go over one day the whole study, because they looked at people who didn't smoke but had a high omega-3 index. They lived longer than anybody.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay,
That makes sense.
non-smokers, high omega-3.
Mm.
And then what blew their mind was when they saw people who had a high omega-3 but smoked, they had the same life expectancy as people who had a low omega-3 and didn't smoke. And that's when they were like, wow, let's recheck that. Oh my God, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously a person who has a low omega-3 and smokes, they have the shortest life expectancy.
Yeah. But if they have the highest omega-3 and, then they'll just get lung cancer.
If they live long enough.
Right.
Now, here's another fascinating thing that I hadn't even thought of until right now.
Okay.
But Harvard, I believe it was maybe, I'm going to guess 2009, but I have the study. And what they did is they looked at the top 10 things that are preventable that are causes of death.
Mm.
Right? Like, so I think number 3 up there was smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the prevention side would be don't smoke.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what else was in the top 10 preventable things that you could do? I mean, well, there's 9 other things.
Everything would be preventable. Diabetes, everything would be preventable if you were doing the right stuff.
Yeah.
Right, but things like, so it's not so much that you got diagnosed with something. Like smoking is a lifestyle related thing.
Oh, that's true.
That can cause death.
Mm.
The other thing that I just thought about, and I think it's number 6 or 7, is not getting enough omega-3s.
Yeah.
It's in the paper.
Wow.
Because you don't get enough omega-3s, you will die. And if you had gotten enough omega-3s, you wouldn't have died. It's a preventable action.
Mm.
Wow. So you got in the top 10 smoking and not eating enough omega-3. There you go.
What's your line? You got to change the situation to, oh gosh, and I would use it all the time. It's your line, Robert.
Change your. It'll come to me.
It'll come back to us.
All right, we'll ask another question. How does cigarette smoke affect inflammation, and where do omega-3s fit into that picture?
Kind of everything. Well, cigarette smoke does cause inflammation. It's inflammatory. And omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. And that's the relationship.
Wow.
And inflammation is a contributor toward insulin resistance. And so it's like inflammation, insulin resistance, you have that bi-directional coin. On one side you got inflammation, other side you got insulin resistance. That's why oftentimes people who smoke end up having high cholesterol, high blood pressure, right? Because the driver is inflammation that's playing a big role in that. And with that, it brings along insulin resistance.
All right. Here's one. If every listener could leave today knowing just one number about their health, should it be their omega-3 index, and why?
Everybody should know that. Everybody, your whole family. Here's a funny part about this. When I talk to women who are married, right? And I get them, they go, I need to get my omega-3 index done. I go, yeah. They say, all right, how do we do it? So I sign them up. And we order their omega-3 tests and we order their balance oil, right? And I said, well, do you want to get it for your husband? No, let me do me first. I go, I'm like, so many women are all about taking care of themselves. And I'm not saying there's probably more to the story. And maybe they do want to have the experience themselves and then introduce it to the husband. But my thing would be, because I know if I was married, it wouldn't just be me. It would be me, my wife, and my kids.
Yeah, be the whole
We're
family.
all getting on it.
Okay, we have another question from Lynn. Okay, she was just making a comment, and then they don't know the importance of it when it comes to illness and disease. So yes, Lynn, I'm seeing all your questions and your comments. Hey, Miguel Sanabria has joined us today. We haven't heard from him in a long time. He's greetings from Tennessee. Woohoo!
Yeah, well, Miguel better get on it. You know, it's one of those things. Is like, I don't know how anyone cannot make this a priority.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. We either did a horrible job at communicating with them, or they are just in denial. And I think some people are delusional, and they will make up things to like get through the day. Or you just don't got the money, and I get that too. Some people just can't afford to spend, $1.50 a day.
Let me get your thoughts on this. So I have a friend of mine who's a paraplegic. He's taking Botox shots for inflammation. Can you explain that to me just a little bit? I know it might be a little bit off topic, but I'm going there to introduce him and his fiance to the balance oil on Wednesday.
Well, I don't, I'm not a Botox guy, but I do know that it numbs and that the area where you're getting the shot.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, if you don't eat, your inflammation is going to probably go down. If I numb an area, inflammation is going to probably, you know what I mean? Like, because you're stopping all activity.
Well, okay.
Right. But if I was paraplegic, I would be taking balance oil for the fact that it is known to help with disuse muscle.
Okay.
Right. So it helps because when you're paraplegic, one of the big concerns is atrophy, losing skeletal muscle.
Yes.
Like if I was wheelchair bound, every person that's in a bed, wheelchair bound, don't move as much, all of them need to be on the balance oil.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
For that alone.
Women are inherently evil is why. I don't know. Miguel said, I'm reading some of these comments and these questions, and I know Lynn is putting them out there. Miguel and Miguel is saying, no woman is inherently evil is why. They're all evil. There's so are the men. Yes, but I am going this Wednesday and talking to him and his fiance about the balance oil, because when I heard the Botox, I was just like, oh no, oh my God, no, let me come up there, let me introduce you to this and let's talk to you about it. And you might be having a phone call on Wednesday, Robert.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Any last thoughts, Robert, Renee?
I think we put it out there great today. I think it's, we did a lot of stirring of information, and if people are paying attention or watch this again in the replay and they understand what we're talking about, I think they're going to race to get on the balance oil and do their tests.
Amen. And I would say this, like there's two parts. One, I would say, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
What you do today. Yeah.
Amen.
And then I would say, people, like if you're watching us at the end of this is not about selling you.
No.
This is sharing a real truth and something that everybody will benefit from.
Absolutely.
I make fun and say that this is not Korean makeup. This is not peptides. This is not about, we're not getting rich off of you. It just so happens that we are a partner with the company. They are the only one in the world that are making this test available at an affordable fee. And they just happen to have a product that helps you get back into balance. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, I got family members that won't get it because I think in their brain, they think they're helping me make money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys, man, but there's a peasant mindset out there. There's people who think like that, and it's not even about that. So God bless you people that are like that, because you're missing out on something that could be helping you.
Yeah, I always say educate. It's just like, you know what? I know people, it takes more money to buy like healthier foods and whatnot. And, you can go buy a bag of chips for a couple of bucks, which are horrible for you. But I'll tell you what, this balance oil and this balance test is amazing. It really is.
Amen.
So You know what? We'll have another topic for you, same place, same time next week. And I'm so
Can't wait.
excited to have
Yay.
Robert Ferguson here, my co-host Renee Rand. I wish
Yes.
everybody has a great evening, and we will talk again soon.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye, everybody.
All right. See you,
Bye, everybody.
everyone.